I watch y'all coming here for years, cause you shot somebody. Now your life is shot. You gonna pick that phone up one day, and that girl gonna be done dumped you and raise your child with another man. Or maybe your mama or your grandmama dies. Cause ain't nothing you can do about it. You got 15 to 20 years, state or fed time. Real talk. Don't lose your head, use your head, man. Gun crime, max time.
It's not about challenging times
or new normals.
It's about staying true to what matters most.
And we're more committed than ever to your health.
Your safety has always been our top priority.
Times may have changed,
but they haven't changed who we are.
We're here for you every single day.
We Tennesseans all have a choice to make in our fight against COVID-19.
I choose to enjoy live music.
I choose to cheer on my team.
I choose to go out.
I choose to stay healthy.
I choose to celebrate with my family.
The choice is simple. Choose to live your life and choose to live responsibly. Face it, masks fight COVID-19.
It's just a few cocktails at happy hour. It's just a few cocktails at happy hour.
You really good try.
There aren't any cops around.
Didn't think there were any cops around.
I drink and drive all the time.
Sir, you've been in a serious crash. I need you to hang on, okay? Now.
It's not about challenging times
or new normals.
It's about staying true to what matters most.
And we're more committed than ever to your health.
Your safety has always been our top priority.
Times may have changed,
but they haven't changed who we are.
We're here for you every single day.
This is Sergeant Chris Richardson with the Tennessee Highway Patrol, here to explain the Tennessee Hands-Free Law, which is a new state law effective July 1st, 2019. In Public Chapter 412, it makes it illegal for a driver to hold a cell phone or a mobile device with any part of their body, to write, send, or read any text-based communication, to reach for a cell phone or mobile device in a manner that requires the driver to no longer be in a seated driving position or properly restrained by a seatbelt, to watch a video or a movie on a cell phone or a mobile device, and to record or broadcast video on a cell phone or mobile device. So, can I still talk on my cell phone while driving? Yes. A driver is permitted to use an earpiece, headphone device, or a device worn on a wrist to conduct a voice-based communication. The driver may use one button on a cell phone or mobile device to initiate or terminate voice communication, and voice-based communication may also be used to send a text message. Learn more at handsfreetn.com.
It's not about.
It's just a few cocktails at happy.
I watch y'all coming here for years, cause you shot somebody. Now your life is shot. You gonna pick that phone up one day, and that girl gonna be done dumped you and raise your child with another man. Or maybe your mama or your grandmama dies. Cause ain't nothing you can do about it. You got 15 to 20 years, state or fed time. Real talk. Don't lose your head, use your head, man. Gun crime, max time.
This is Sergeant Chris Richardson with the Tennessee Highway Patrol, here to explain the Tennessee Hands-Free Law, which is a new state law effective July 1st, 2019. In Public Chapter 412, it makes it illegal for a driver to hold a cell phone or a mobile device with any part of their body, to write, send, or read any text-based communication, to reach for a cell phone or mobile device in a manner that requires the driver to no longer be in a seated driving position or properly restrained by a seatbelt, to watch a video or a movie on a cell phone or a mobile device, and to record or broadcast video on a cell phone or mobile device. So, can I still talk on my cell phone while driving? Yes. A driver is permitted to use an earpiece, headphone device, or a device worn on a wrist to conduct a voice-based communication. The driver may use one button on a cell phone or mobile device to initiate or terminate voice communication, and voice-based communication may also be used to send a text message. Learn more at handsfreetn.com.
And good afternoon, and welcome to Talkback Live in the afternoon. It is now 4:17, 17 minutes past the hour of 4 o'clock Central Time, and a very pleasant good afternoon to you on a Saturday afternoon. Yes, a lovely, wonderful Saturday, and I tell you what, the day before July the 4th, Independence Day, and well, it is that weekend. As a matter of fact, a lot of people are doing things today, getting ready for the actual day, July the 4th, and preparation, whether you're barbecuing or whatever you're doing, traveling or visiting loved ones out of town, in town, whatever the situation may be. Welcome to the show today. And I tell you what, we have a great show lined up for you today. Hot topics of discussion, news that you could use, local, national, international. And the number to call is 901-213-6020. Again, the number to call is 901-213-6020. And we'd be glad to talk to you. Also, you can catch us on Facebook Live and Instagram, Twitter. You can catch us on
and it's usually my line.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Good afternoon. Josh is here with me, and we're live. Good afternoon, Josh.
Good afternoon, Bob. Good afternoon, everybody out there tuning in, watching wherever you may be, however you may be checking us out this afternoon. I'm glad to be on with y'all on today, the 3rd of July, July 4th weekend. So we're here to just talk about some things here for the next hour or so. So y'all stick and stay. Appreciate everybody that's tuning in and continuing to tune in. As of right now, I see some other people. Some people already coming in the comments. Good afternoon to everybody. Also, if you're watching right now, all of you that are watching at this current moment, you can go ahead and hit the like button if you guys would not mind. Take 1 second, hit the like, love, whatever you want to do. Any emotions you want to put up there, just hit that button and you can do so. It helps the show out for the listeners and for us as well, and the things that we do here online. So just hit that like button, everybody that's watching right now, and you can also share the show as well to let everybody be able to join in on these conversations that we have. So if you haven't done it, go ahead and do it right now. It is much appreciated. Also, like Bob said, we are streaming live on Twitter, also streaming live on Facebook and YouTube simultaneously. So shout out to whoever's listening on any and all of those platforms right now and watching as well. So, man, we're ready to get this thing going. I see GKP and Frankie already in the comments, as well as some more people coming in as well. Let's see if I can put one on the screen here. GKP, y'all already know who it is. These guys here. Anyhow, what's good, people? Says GKP. Frankie says, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, Frankie. We'll speak to you.
Yeah,
yes, good afternoon, Frankie.
Absolutely. So with the great comment there.
Yes.
And we're ready to get it on, Bob.
Yes. Happy 4th to you, Frankie. GKP as well. All right, and the rest of you too as well. Hey, I tell you what, Josh, let's get it on, man.
Yes, sir. I guess we can go ahead and get into the headlines because this past week it's been pretty active. So we're going to try at least cover a couple of things.
Yes, indeed. Turn me down. And in the headlines today, we've got well, you know, there's so many things going on around the world. Give me a little bit more volume in my ear. And the things that people talk about, other than the 4th of July, too much. Other than the 4th of July, and well, we got people running and racing and drugs and other things that are going on as well. People like to talk about, well, you got to be innocent too. Let's talk about it. Josh, we have a couple of topics we want to talk about today. One of them, I guess we can lead off, is talking about a drug situation with a professional athlete. What is going on with this situation? Sad story.
Yeah, man, it's messed up to say the least. It's carriRichardson is her name. Now, a lot of y'all may have become more familiar with it because, as you know, this is around the time of the Olympics, right? The Olympics starting up really soon, really within the next several weeks here. And what comes with pre-Olympic times is the Olympic trials in track and field, which usually get the most attention. And there's even some stuff going on basketball-wise right now and everywhere else. But carriRichardson got her fame, so to speak, on the national level because of what she did in the trials, right? She set a record with her time that she ran. And not only that, it was her interview afterwards that got a lot of people's hearts. She talked about her mother passing, and she actually, after her interview, ran up the stairs in the stadium to her grandmother, where her grandmother was sitting, and they were crying it out and everything. So it was a really big deal. And but a lot of people got behind it, especially the Black community, of course, when you see something like that go down. So time goes by, and then this comes out this week, where she ended up testing positive for marijuana in her system during the event. This came out, so it's one of those things where at this point, it really dampened a lot of people's spirits about the situation. It was disappointing to everybody because it seems like she's not going to be able to compete in the Olympics, and all that's going to get sorted out here too. We're going to tell you whether she may. There actually is still an outside chance she may compete in an event in the Olympics.
Well, she did this to herself. I mean, come on. And the possibility of her being a drug user or addicted to drugs is quite huge.
Well, no. When you say addicted to drugs,
well, this is what I mean. This is what I mean. In order for you to know that you're competing in a competition and you know that they're going to be drug testing from time to time, you just can't stay off of the marijuana until this whole thing is over. She's addicted. She had to take a chance because she was wanting it so bad that she had to take a chance during this time of her competition. That's what I mean. When a person is somewhat or addicted to something, they can't go without it. They have to take it even during dangers or times they're not supposed to be involved with it. She just couldn't help herself. She had to partake and get her some marijuana. She had to smoke it. She had to have some. That's what I mean when a person is addicted. You know, she had to have it. Well, and why would you do something like this?
Well, and I will
knowing
say
that she's in a, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to knowing that she's in a big event like this, and then she do it. I mean, well, you know, she just couldn't help it. She got caught.
Well, here's the thing, just to give a little bit, and I know we got a story on it too that I'll play in just a second. Now, according to her, she was on the marijuana because of the death of her mother.
Oh, that's not an excuse.
Well, no.
So everybody's mother or grandmother, somebody in their family dies. Okay, it's time to light up a joint.
No.
You know, so I mean, that's not an excuse.
I agree. Because you know, and one thing about it, like I say, and I think this is clear, needs to be made clear too. She really isn't making any excuses. She told the reason why she felt she had to, but she didn't say that the Olympics were wrong for suspending her or anything like that. Matter of fact, she said, I mean, hey, she did break a rule. So, I mean, it is what it is at this point. Now,
we feel for her loss, you know. And
but here's what I want to get to, though. To your point, outside of her, there's been a huge backlash in the community, meaning the Black community especially, nationwide, especially on social media. A lot of y'all have seen it, and some of y'all have been a part of it that are watching right now. They have said, hey, look, it was just a little weed. They need to let her run. And that was the hashtag, let Sha'Carri run. Let her run. It was just weed. Everybody's saying, man, look.
Weed.
It was just a little bit of weed. It's legal everywhere now. Let the girl run. Now, that was the prevailing thought.
Okay.
By a lot of people. What do you think about that?
So people that have certain jobs require that when you take a drug test in most places, that if you get caught with drugs in your system, you could be fired. So her job or her activity or whatever she was competing in did not require for her to have drugs in her system. And some jobs maybe, let you get away with that. Other jobs say, hey, if you get caught with this in your system, you could be fired. In this particular case, this cost her a lot. This really cost her. And not only that, when one person is a part of a team, it just doesn't hurt that person. It's hurting the whole team now. The whole team USA in this competition.
Yeah, true.
And so
she's a major part of the team.
Is she selfish here, not thinking about herself and not thinking only about herself and not thinking about her teammates or partners, who she's a part of the team USA in this event? So I don't know here, but you know, I hate to talk harsh about it. I don't think I am, just telling the truth here. And some people say, well, she's been through enough already. Well, I mean, she did this to herself.
Well, to that, I see Frankie's comment there. She said, Bob, you're going too far. She was wrong, but some people do things they wouldn't normally do when they're grieving.
Well, I don't think, Frankie, that this is, and I appreciate your comment, I don't think this is something she don't normally do, because she had it available to her to smoke it. This is something I think she does on a regular basis. And when you do something on a regular basis, then you'll end up wanting it so bad that you do it in times that you're not supposed to do it. And so she had a habit here, and it was a bad habit, and it bit her. It came back to bite her. And so, I'm just, speaking the truth about it, and I hate it, Frankie. I really do. A great athlete, super runner, and could have done some great things for Team USA. But, man, this not only hurt other people in the team, this hurts us. Man, you think about this and the potential that she had for herself. this, makes me think, man, I hate it so bad. But you know how that goes,
Yeah, that's true. And, my thing is, I feel like, looking at the comments, I think people need to look. Okay, here's my thing. For anybody that thinks she still needs to be allowed to run, right? What are we basing that off of?
Mm-hmm.
Is it just the fact that we like her and that we're emotionally attached to the situation? If that's the case, then you can't really go off of that,
because if it was somebody else, then you would probably say, well, they shouldn't do it. Or whatever the case may be. So why are we wanting to give in to
a rule is a rule?
This particular person on this rule.
A rule is a rule, and even with that, right? I know a lot of people say it's a dumb rule, and that could be disputed. That's neither
How
here
is
nor
that
there.
a dumb rule?
Well, I mean, some people feel it is, and look, I guess
let her get away.
Well, no, it's not. I mean, it's not about the getting away part.
If it's a rule with a company or an event or whatever the case may be, then don't break that rule.
Yeah, I get that. But I mean, the rule could be like a company can have a dumb rule. There are dumb laws.
But if that's the rule, then hey, then if it's a dumb rule and you don't agree with it, maybe if they're working at a place where it's dumb rules, maybe they need to find somewhere else to work where they can find rules that they agree with.
Yeah.
But if this company allows you to work for them and they tell you this is their rules, then they're not telling you their rules for you to break the rules. If you want to continue to be a part of what's going on, then you've got to follow the rules. This is the thing that we're getting away from in life these days. Break the rules. It's okay. Get away with it. It's okay. Do anything you want. It's okay. So, hey, no. We need to get back to the point, hey, if you break the rules, then you're going to lose. And that's the point. 901-213-6020. And I am not being hard on, and I'm only talking about this is because this is something that has happened, not me bringing it up and, making it happen. This lady did this to herself, and she's a, black lady or Jamaican or whatever.
Yeah, she's black.
And,
straight up black American.
Yeah. So I hate this for her. I wanted the best for her in this competition, but, I didn't do it. I mean, don't blame me. I'm just only talking about it, just like you. So, I'm not saying let her get away with it. If they call her, she broke the rules. The rules are rules.
Stanley says that was $1 million joint.
Man, I'm telling you, Stanley.
Well, and see, that's kind of what upset me about the whole thing is, especially off top, when you first hear, okay, failed drug test, whatever. And even with the grieving, I think there still has to be a accountability to a degree, right? And again, not to pile on, because she accepted it with accountability in her interview on TV.
Okay, she accepted it. Why?
I mean, yeah,
because she got caught.
Well, yeah, and she didn't try to hide it, really.
Well, I mean, she couldn't. The test showed that she was she had drugs in her system.
Yeah.
So I mean, what is she going to turn around and do? Oh, the test told a lie on me. I mean,
they could have. To be honest, she could have said, "Hey, they still need to let me run, or this isn't fair, or whatever." Like a lot of her fans are doing.
Yeah.
She ain't doing that. She's
not doing that.
She's going to serve what was handed out. And as a matter of fact, I think, and I know people disagree with this, I think they went soft on her. 30 days is probably the least that they can suspend somebody.
Right.
They're not trying to keep her from competing ever again. They said, hey, 30 days, you serve this. And as a matter of fact, she can come back before the Olympics are over and compete in the team relays.
In other competition, yeah. But see, this is the thing.
But she was really needed for the single, 4x100.
Yeah. But hey, sometimes the things that you do that you're not supposed to do can cause you to lose up on the biggest things that are going on in your life. And this is what happened to her. And appreciate your comment. Phone call 901-213-6020. We'd be glad to hear from you on this. If you think I'm wrong, if you think I'm mean in this situation, talk to me. I want to hear, why do you think I am wrong in my conversation and why I am being somewhat mean here? I'm not being mean. I'm just telling it like it is.
Jet said maybe she's gotten away with it so much that she's just young and careless.
I think that's careless is a great word, Jet. I think she's done it so much, just like you said. She's gotten and she just careless with the situation and just kept doing it. It was just a habit. It became a habit to her. And so she just kept going and on and on and on and didn't know the time when to use it, not to use it. And there's a time for everything. And I don't agree with that, using it. But in this particular situation, she should have known better. And yeah, I agree, Jack.
All right, so he also says, well, it seems that weed will make you slower, not faster, so it's not enhancement. Now, to that point real quick, one, I don't think even the Olympics are saying it's an enhancement. It's just a drug that shouldn't be in your system, according to them, period.
Some people do drugs and marijuana, weed, and man, they do some remarkable things. I mean, they turn into animals.
Oh man, what?
Hey, some people just, man, they're totally.
Well, that's a phone call ringing here. Let's see who we got.
Uh-oh, it's on my phone too.
You probably just turn the volume down that way.
Okay.
Call from.
Hey man, you called a girl a dopey.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
All right, welcome to the show. Sir, something about a dopey? Who is this?
Welcome to the show. Who is this?
Y'all already know who it is.
Okay. All right, welcome to the show.
You called a girl a dopey, man.
Did you hear me say, whoa, sir. Did you hear me say the word dopey?
Oh man, if you don't smoke the dude, then you break the rules. Come on, man.
Did you hear me say the word dopey?
Man, you called a girl a dopey, man.
Well, no, I did not. No, I did not.
She's
sir.
only suspended 30 days, man.
Why do you call this show and say something? Why do you call this show and say something that I did not say?
Man, I mean, everybody summed it up. They just didn't want to put it on there. Everybody, look at the comments, man. They're saying you're hard on her. Basically, you're just calling her a dopey on here, man.
I did not say that. She did that to herself. So now everybody wants to blame. Everybody wants to blame me now for her situation.
Well, no, they're not blaming you, man. They're just saying show a little compassion, bro.
Compassion.
Okay.
Look, I feel
sorry.
The
people still want her to run. You know the real reason people still want her to run, man.
I wanted her to run, but if she breaks the rules,
the real reason. Let's just get the elephant out of the room. It's because she's black.
Come on. No.
Powerful.
No, I see. I knew
some hope we had, man.
I knew somebody was going to use
and
this
just because
reason.
she smoked a little weed is legal everywhere. But now y'all gonna hold her up.
Yeah, I knew somebody was going to use this reason just because she's black. No.
Well, you just said yourself there's still some very powerful people that do it every day.
Yeah,
hey, Steve Jobs did it.
Well,
you ain't mad at Apple, are you?
Well, I mean, no, I don't. Whatever. I mean, whatever they decide to do to him, that's up to them. But they decided to suspend.
Well, they can't do nothing
in this particular situation.
They can't do nothing to Steve now, Bob.
Well,
he done passed. But
okay, well, I mean, whatever.
Cook there now.
Okay, well, okay. Now the thing about it is, in this particular situation, she caused this to happen to herself. You just, if I smoked a weed and then I smoke it on this show,
blunt,
okay, a blunt or whatever, okay, what would you say to me, GKP? You would come on here live and you would criticize me.
But I wouldn't counsel you, Bob. I wouldn't say it's all over for the bishop. Because the bishop hit a little weed, man.
Oh, come on. Get off of it.
Oh, man, I would forgive you.
Get off of it.
I would probably say, let me hit it.
Yeah, right. I knew it.
You wouldn't feel so bad. You got to have a ride or die sometimes with you, man.
Yeah.
So I'd probably say, go ahead and let me hit it too, man.
Yeah, okay,
so we know we ain't going to tell on each other.
Yeah, okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Just like that goat in that commercial. I wish you would. You're not gonna find me doing anything like that. And any particular situation, she knows she was in this situation here. She was competing. Come on. If anybody else would have done this was a ruse, and they just because she as fast as she is, you can't expect them to let her go. I mean, that would not be fair. And so I'm not dogging her.
If you do the crime, you should do the time.
Exactly.
Let me just say that.
Jet
Let
says,
me say that to all the people. And now I probably made a few people mad with that. But I'm a firm believer that if you do the crime, then you should do the time. I don't care what your fan base is. I don't care what your potential is. You know, if it's really in you, then nothing will stop you. After this 30 days, she'll get back at it. She'll work harder, and she won't do this again. Isn't that what it's all about?
That's exactly right. And I totally agree with you. And hopefully, like you said, she learned a lesson from this from now on, and this will make her a better person. But hopefully, I wish that this would have never happened to her in the beginning. I wish she would have learned not to do she's young. And Jet here called me a crackhead. I mean, come on, Jet.
You called her a dopey. You called her everything but a child of God, Bob. She's a loser. She's a bomb. She'll never bounce back. She's over. Her career's done. She's finished.
I did not.
I mean, come on, man. The girl got a 30-day suspension, bro. She's gonna be back. You know, this is what the world does. They like to build you up, and then they tear you down, and then they'll build you back up. That's what it's about, Bob.
I feel sorry for her, and I hope she does get a chance to come back. I want her to come back, but hopefully she learned from this particular situation. And I didn't use the word dope head or crackhead, not one time. You guys coming on this show and making these comments that I did not make. I don't understand that. Are you?
Maybe you just need to go back and look at it. DVR yourself, man. Just look at your expressions early on and how you were just, whoa, she's over.
Okay.
She threw her whole life away.
No. Is it okay?
I mean, how many states letting people throw their life away every day? If that's the case, the stuff is legal everywhere, man. People are walking around. They're at the bars with it. They're in their cars with it. You know what I'm saying? They're going to Mars with it. I mean, hey.
Yeah, they're going to Mars.
Hey, well, you know what?
It's what it is, man.
Mars, Jupiter, and the stars.
You know what? Yeah. Those people, they're not in any big competition, and they're probably
don't know that, man.
I know.
They just haven't been caught yet.
That's what I'm fixing. That's what I'm fixing to tell you.
Let me give you an example, man.
That's what I'm fixing to tell you.
I'm going to give you some real life stuff here, Bob.
Okay.
I worked a job when I was working in the world out there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I worked a job 14 years straight.
Mm-hmm.
And out of those 14 years, I probably smoked marijuana. Probably 14 of those years every day. Okay? Up until I had an accident at work one day.
Mm-hmm.
And the accident wasn't even my fault.
Right.
But I had to go and take a drug test.
See there?
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, I took the days that I probably didn't do it was the days how when you fill out the applications and stuff like that, not to do it for a little while because what? You got to go take the drug test, bro.
Yeah.
So once you pass the drug test, hey, you good.
Hey, I wouldn't agree.
Bob.
I wouldn't agree with. I wouldn't agree
did
with
it every day on a job. Every day.
Yeah.
Until that one day, 14 years later, or it probably was about 13 years and 7 months or something like that. Then, eventually it was over. But, I mean, hey,
look.
I did it.
GKP. Now, all right, Jet says you smoke weed 15 of those 14 years.
Boy,
the stuff I was doing probably made me feel 20 years ahead. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
it was always about that life for me. But I'm just saying, and I'm not a drinker. I've never been, it's a preference for some people. I don't drink. I don't drink to get drunk, or I just can't stand the alcoholic feeling.
Yeah.
So I was always a smoker. You know what I'm saying?
Well, some people,
just for the record,
he said was.
I was always a smoker.
Mm-hmm.
Well, some people smoke.
That was my preference. I wasn't killing nobody or hurting nobody.
There's a difference. There's a difference in smoking a cigarette and smoking a joint.
Well, and that's debatable.
I think everybody knows that. Duh. Hit the sound effect, Josh.
Okay.
Yes, this is different, man. Weed is different than nicotine. Man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well.
Hey, that's hard. You can draw a lot of lines, and that's debatable, which is better. Just one that is more illegal than the other, but then the one that's legal, they say it'll kill you. They put it on the box.
Kills more. I mean, these are facts. This ain't no they say, Josh. Let's be 100. These are facts.
It is
people running in the polls, killing themselves. Alcohol is a hell of a drug.
Yeah.
Okay, even though they say cocaine is, if you watch the show. But I mean. It is what it is. So, I mean, listen, I ain't going to cancel this kid, you know what I mean? Because
I'm not
she
canceling
made a
her.
mistake, and then I'm not going to sit around and say, hey, we should still let her do things or give her some preferential treatment because she's over in the Olympics and they only happen so often. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not
exactly. The main thing I'm upset about, I didn't get this out earlier, is not even all that. I kind of wish. Here's the thing. One, I found out about the Olympic drug test, and they let you know when they're going to do it. Unlike some places, like the time, the date, and everywhere, basically. You be here at this point, and you be clean or else. You know what I'm saying? So you get an idea of what time period you should and shouldn't do it. So, and again, with the grieving, maybe she felt that's her only way to cope, or like I said, I can't really.
It is used as a sedative for some people.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you, for me myself, it was like a sedative. It kept me calm. You know what I'm saying?
For 15 years,
going off on people a lot of times.
14
you know what I mean?
years.
When I would, when I'd be so laid back, I say, hey, I ain't gonna even do the guy like that today.
For 14 years, 14 years,
and it was longer than 14 years, Bob. That's how long I said I did it at the job.
Kept you from going off.
Listen, I'm one of those veterans. Okay, listen, I'm in the Hall of Fame. Snoop ain't got nothing on me.
So it kept you from going off. Kept you from
marijuana smoking. Let's just be 100. He's just on the West Coast.
So it kept you from going off on folks.
I'm down south with it.
Kept you from going off on. Wait a minute, I kept you from going off on folks. What's keeping you from going off on me,
man? Well, listen, some things
I'm just saying.
Have to be explained. Don't try to sit on here, man, and turn into an interrogator, man.
Oh, no, I'm not. No, absolutely not.
I'm trying to find out.
I'm quick on my feet, man.
Okay, all right, okay.
What's keeping me from going off on you?
No,
me.
Okay. Okay. I'm not saying that you're on marijuana now. I'm not saying that.
Yeah. You're insinuating. You're insinuating. Okay.
All right. Okay. All right.
I'm in the media. I can't get caught slipping like that. You know how everything I've talked about is past tense. Okay.
All right. Okay. All right.
Method man. It's okay.
Yeah. And Frankie.
Yeah. How high? You feel me? 30.
It's 30. Yeah.
Frankie,
no, talk about Cheech and Chong, but look, here's Frankie got a comment here.
Medical.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, that was her first one.
Yes. Let me after that. She said, "What do you think about medical marijuana?" Well, I don't think it's a problem with it as long as it's prescribed by a doctor or it is something that is used under control. But since it's something that people just go out and they buy and then they smoke it when they're opportunity they're not supposed to, and get caught up in situations when you're not supposed to. If you're fool enough to do this, then you need to be caught. You need to be caught. In this particular situation, I don't know if she thought she was better than everybody else. And because I do it, they're going to let me get away with it because, I don't think so. I'm one of the fastest runners in the world.
And again, to be clear, she accepted her punishment. She said, yeah, I did it. And they're not wrong for punishing me, unlike people that are fans of her.
Well, some people you ever seen some people just look like they're an alcoholic? You can look at some people.
Well, you kind of switching gears.
Yeah, I mean, you can listen. You can look at some people.
Bob, everybody don't look like Woodrow from San.
I'm not saying. I'm not saying
Woodrow was the perfect.
Listen. I'm not saying everybody does, but when you look at people that are like that and alcoholics, real alcoholics, you can look at them and tell that they drink. They're alcoholics. They're real bad at it. And to me, don't get mad at me, y'all. To me, this girl looks like she does drugs. It don't take much to tell that she smokes marijuana. You can look at her and tell.
Wait a minute now. Whoa. I'm looking at the same picture you looking at.
Well, yeah.
Now, what on this picture says anything about this lady smoking marijuana?
Yeah, well, it's just the look, and you can look at certain people and tell what's going on.
What are you saying, man?
Well,
she looks like the girl on Shy.
Yeah, well.
Well, you don't know.
She looks like the boy girlfriend on the Shy or something here.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Well, I don't know what you're talking about here.
You don't watch the Shy.
No.
Oh, Josh might know.
I know what you're talking about. That I didn't even think about it, but but
yeah,
I can kind of see it.
The lady on the Shy.
Yeah,
on the Shy.
It's a show called
Don't
The
worry
Shy.
about it, Bob. It's over your head, man.
Okay,
move on.
well,
Next subject.
whatever she looks like, you can kind of tell she's using some type of smokable substance.
We're asking you.
Come on, man. Lord, man. Is it because of the orange hair?
Can you tell?
What are we doing?
Okay.
Would you be more specific?
Yeah,
That's what we're saying.
Don't.
No, I'm through with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway. Okay, then. All right, well, let that alone. Let's where are we?
Where are we? I don't know where, but
anyway, I'm glad that it was only for 30 days.
Yeah, and
she'll be able to come back and participate in some other things. Bless her heart, and I hope she knocks it out, and I hope she learned from this particular situation.
Real quick,
yeah,
Nike is she's actually a Nike athlete with the Nike, and they actually put out a statement saying that they're still behind her. So basically, they're not going to drop her because of this. And they
believe in forgiving people.
No, they don't. No, they don't. No, they don't. No, they don't.
She's a dopey.
No, they don't. No, they don't believe. No, Nike don't believe in forgiving people. Nike's doing this because how famous she is and how much money she's going to make them marijuana or not.
Go jump. I mean, come on.
Now, and this is one of your favorite movies he's referencing.
Yeah.
This
that's
joke.
what he was just doing to this young lady.
Lean on me. Lean on me.
I love that.
Well, he told the boy to jump off the roof. That was the fattest crackhead I ever seen. That kid, no, he wasn't no crackhead.
And one of the youngest.
And
he was still in high school. Do people realize this?
Look, how you
addicted? In high school.
How you addicted to crack?
Crackhead.
How is he addicted to crack and bigger than everybody else in school? I just don't understand.
In high school.
Look,
okay.
But yeah, let's go, man.
Yeah.
Well, not go, but
y'all just ready for me to go, man. That's fine. It's a Saturday evening. I'm sure. You got a few more people out there who want to call in.
No, look.
We got to get the grilling.
We're not trying to kick you off. We're just saying, your time has expired.
No, we're just matter, man. But before I go, allow me to do the school song.
The what?
Fair Talk Back Live.
Oh no, this ain't fair. East Side High. Come on, man.
Okay.
Side by side we'll stand. And always praise God. Praise God's name for our young. Praise God's name to ever. He said,
You're not going to rewrite our alma mater. Okay, forget it. Okay, all right. That's enough of that.
We gotta hang up on you now.
That's enough of that. Please. Yeah, there we go. Ooh. Man, we were trying to be nice to him.
We didn't want to do it, man.
We did. Oh, God. GKP, you forced us to do something. See? I mean, he forced us to hang up on him just like this lady forced this Olympic committee to expel her or to suspend her for 30 days. She just had to do it. Oh, man. Terrific athlete. But, hey, you think I'm too hard? 901-213-6020.
And to read a couple more comments.
Other people that were trying to call in while he was on, you can call back. Yeah, Josh.
Let's see. Mr. Leon Mapstone in the building says hello. He says, thank you again, Mr. Bobby. I appreciate you a lot.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
And Greg in the building. What's up, Greg? I see you, man. Good to see you. He was laughing a lot at what we were talking about there. And
what do you think, Greg? I mean,
Yeah, let us know your thoughts. Let's see. Frankie says, since we're talking about the Olympics,
yeah,
I have heard that, and I heard this too, Frankie, that they will not allow female swimmers to wear the larger caps that are used by the black swimmers to cover their natural hair. They know the swimmers when they put those stretch caps on their head or whatever. This is the the women that cover their hair and all that.
Right.
They're not allowing the black females to or black swimmers, the black female swimmers to get the bigger caps to put on their bigger hair.
Females, she said they will not allow female swimmers to wear the larger swim caps that are used by the black swimmers to cover their hair. Why? Why not?
It's a good question. I don't know if they think it's pretty dumb to me. The Olympics have a lot of dumb rules.
Okay, so is it a dumb rule that they suspend this lady for 30 days for smoking marijuana? They caught marijuana in her system? This is the question. I mean,
and Jet just hit what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's the culturally biased crap right there. If anything's biased, I don't think it's what happened to this lady. I think it's, if you want to talk about something, that thing with the swimmers, that's bias.
Yeah,
and prejudice, all sorts of stuff right there. So we may be looking in the wrong direction if you're some black people. So, but anyway, it's pretty crazy. Nonetheless, she will be back in 30 days for serving that suspension and may be able to race in the relay. So
and then when she does, I'll be glad for her. But she missed the big event here, the big event everybody wanted her to participate in. What do you think? 901-213-6020. We'll only be here for a little bit today. And
I know we got one more topic if you want to go to that road. We got some time.
Yeah. Let's go.
All right. Well, I guess I'll just introduce that. But Bill Cosby, there you see him right there with the victory sign, the peace sign, whatever you want to say, after being released from prison after serving over, I believe, around 2.5 years.
Bill Cosby, is that really a victory sign?
Well,
victory over what? That means
that
means he never did what he did.
Hey,
okay, go ahead on.
You raising good questions, but you know what? Instead, before we go into it, I'm gonna go ahead and play the story.
Okay,
and we'll be back. Okay?
All right, 901-213-6020. Take a listen to this.
Bill Cosby walked free today after the Supreme Court of Pennsylvania overturned his assault conviction, leaving his accusers stunned. Cameras captured Cosby returning to his home outside Philadelphia just hours after the ruling came out. The judges pointing to a vast violation of Cosby's due process rights in the decision. So what happened? Well, more than a decade ago, a prosecutor decided not to charge the actor. Cosby then agreed to testify in a civil case, and during that admitted to giving quaaludes to a woman he was pursuing. That became key evidence in the subsequent criminal trial. The judge's ruling that should not have been used, writing, he must be discharged, and any future prosecution on these particular charges must be barred. We do not dispute that the remedy is both severe and rare, but it is warranted here, indeed compelled. They say he cannot be retried on these same charges. His attorneys said today he never should have been charged in the first place. Bill Cosby came out of his house with his lawyers today, who talked to reporters there. Cosby was silent, but later gave an interview to a radio station.
This is for all the people who have been imprisoned wrongfully, regardless of race, color, or creed. Because I met them in there. People who talked about what happened and what they did. And I know there are many liars out there.
His accuser in this case, Andrea Constand, said she is disappointed and hopes it does not discourage other women from coming forward. In 2018, a jury convicted Cosby of 3 counts of aggravated indecent assault against Constand. Constand accused him of drugging and sexually assaulting her in his home outside Philadelphia back in 2004. Bill Cosby has denied all accusations of wrongdoing and said his contact with Constand was consensual. He served 2 years of his 3 to 10 year sentence. More than 60 women have accused Cosby of misconduct, ranging from groping to sexual assault to rape, going back decades. And at the time, the Cosby conviction was widely considered the first major win for the Me Too movement. David Henderson, now civil rights attorney, former prosecutor, CNBC contributor. David, where does this case go from here, if anywhere?
Well, Shep, I think the basic answer is nowhere. In theory, it could be appealed to the United States Supreme Court because it does involve a federal question as to the law, but the Supreme Court's very unlikely to take this case up because it largely circles around state law. So I think that this is it. Bill Cosby's not going to face prosecution.
It's likely shocking for many in the public to read on social media. It was. Were you surprised?
I am surprised because basically the court carved out a new rule, which means that when a prosecutor makes a public statement that he's not going to prosecute an individual, that is equivalent to a deal for immunity. Because if you look at this 79-page opinion that the court handed down, they didn't say Bill Cosby's innocent, and they clarify this prosecutor made a deal under the table not to prosecute him because he's been sued in civil court. And this is an example where two wrongs don't make a right.
Was there a strong case for a reversal here, David?
You know, I don't think there was a strong case for reversal here, Shep, because I've never seen a court do this before. And what people have to understand is it's legal for detectives to lie to suspects. Prosecutors make misrepresentations on a regular basis in the context of trying to get convictions. I'm not saying that's always right. I am saying it's unusual that a time when they chose to clamp down was at the expense of a victim of sexual assault.
How rare is it, David, for an appeal like this to result in a vacated decision?
You know, Shep, I can't think of another example quite like this off the top of my head, because what's important to point out is the Supreme Court said they had a problem with the way the evidence was used after Bill Cosby gave a deposition in a civil case. What they could have done was said it was wrong to use that evidence, so we're sending this back down for a new trial without admitting that evidence during the course of the trial. That's what's surprising, that it didn't happen.
Shepard Smith here.
Okay. Wow. What do you think about this situation? Should he have been released from prison? Considering all the things that he done and the reason why they released him from prison, because of a what? Technical error, if we want to say that or something. And the person is still guilty. And well, you know, they say he's guilty. Some of the women accused, after accusation. Do you really believe that he did what they accused him of? And if so, if he's in prison, should he have been released, even though he may be guilty? Should he be released because of a technical error? A crook is a crook. And I'm not saying he's a crook. All I'm saying is, if you're a crook, technical errors should not, you know, or should it allow you to be released?
Jello brand pudding pops, new chocolate vanilla swirl.
Chocolate and vanilla?
Swirled together so that the right side of your mouth says, I want chocolate Jello pudding pops, and the left side says, no, I want vanilla Jello pudding pops. You can have both.
New chocolate vanilla swirl. All
See,
the
now,
goodness of real Jello pudding.
Now,
so you know
a man that did something like that with the kids and all of that little nice stuff, do you really believe that he did all that evil that those women say he did? And the things that he did? I mean, come on. As nice as he was, and as, you know, a soft-hearted person with the kids,
as many pudding pops,
and the Jello puddings,
vanilla and chocolate swirl.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think? He's out of prison now. He's been released. Is that the right decision? And do you think that people that are accusing him, or people that whatever he did to them, how do you think they feel right now?
I mean, that's a good question.
Is it going to help them now, Or do you think a lot of those women were lying?
Well, and that's the whole thing. And y'all can definitely give your thoughts on that. But I'm like this. I really don't know how to feel about it. I don't. I've been thinking about it ever since the news broke. I remember seeing the news break and I couldn't believe it. I'm thinking, man, this is shocking. You didn't expect anything like this to happen out of the blue like that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I don't know how to feel about it because on the one hand, you got a guy with as much history as he has throughout his lifetime, right? And having a certain type of image.
Right.
Even, you think about what Heathcliff Huxtable with the Cosby Show. But before then, he actually had the same type of reputation as he played on that show. It wasn't just that character. It was the fact that he was a stand-up comedian in the 70s and 80s and didn't curse. It didn't use any vulgar type of material. And that was on purpose. You know what I'm saying? But yet was still extremely funny and successful in his lane. And continued to have success, being a black man, the old movies and stuff and the breaking TV shows. I think it was a show called I Spy. I think you had told me about that he did. I Spy, with him and another white guy. But anyway. I
don't remember the show. There's a lot of things happening. I just don't remember. Yeah. But now here's the thing. This lady on the Cosby, what is her name?
Felicia Rashad.
Rashad. She is being jumped on, and a lot of people are hating her right now because of her stand or her comments she made for Mr. Cosby. Why is that? There's so much hatred for this guy. According to what he did. Now, do you think this is a black-white issue here? Do you think they were after Mr. Cosby because of his blackness and because of who he was as a black man and successful and trying to lead other people, black people, to be successful? Or if he did what he did, then he's wrong. He is flat out wrong. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care how many bowls of Jell-O you freeze or whatever. You jail and eat with the kids. It's wrong. Now, some people want to get on me. I'm a little hard for that too. No, it's just that, hey, if you do the crime, like we said in the other one, you do the time. But here he was released on some type of technical error or something.
And here's the thing.
But
now, to what you're talking about with Felicia Rashad,
yeah,
I'm reading the tweet here. What she said was, finally, in the huge letters and exclamation points, a terrible wrong is being righted. A miscarriage of justice is now corrected.
A huge, terrible wrong has been righted. In what way?
Well, I guess the thing is, she felt he's innocent, clearly.
Okay.
In her opinion.
So she knows for a fact that he did not do what these women say he did. Is that what she's saying?
That's a good point, but there's no way for her to really know. But it does seem like she really does think that. Okay. Now, she did delete the tweet after the criticism from the public.
Yeah.
As well as Howard University students and faculty. Because as you know, she is from Howard University and things of that nature. She also serves as the Dean of Fine Arts at Howard currently. And they basically, it seems like they made her apologize. In an email to Howard University students and parents on Friday, she wrote this remark. My remarks were in no way directed towards survivors of sexual assault. I vehemently oppose sexual violence and find no excuse for such behavior. And I know that Howard University has a zero tolerance policy towards interpersonal violence. And she put some more stuff there too. But I don't know, man. It's interesting. Not a lot of people watch it, and this is something I noticed about the Bill Cosby situation. A lot of people have thoughts, but they don't really want to say it. I see a lot of people, even on social media, as much as people talk about everything, right? People's like, man, I got thoughts, but I don't want to put down my thoughts. What do you all really think? If you're brave enough to let it be said, let it be known. Even me, I don't know how to really feel about it because, like you say, you hear all these accusations and you have to wonder, they all can't be lying, can they? On the one hand, you think it's impossible, but then on the other hand, you wonder, is it possible?
Well, some of the women will hear other women say, and then they'll be pushed on.
That's what usually
by
happens.
certain people or paid by certain people. Some people would say to say certain things, to just say, hey, he did it to me too. This is what he did. This is what he wanted me to do. This is what happened to me, and all this kind of stuff. I don't believe all of those women, but I do believe that some of that was true. I'm not saying that Bill Cosby was an angel by any stretch of the imagination.
No.
All I'm saying is, this particular situation, all those women were not lying.
So let me ask you this, though. And this may be tough to answer, but I hear this all the time. Do you think he was intentionally sabotaged, meaning his reputation? No matter the case, whether it's true or not, do you think people went back and found some stuff and said, we are going to blast this man to the ground?
I think
because at this point he went from being at a super high standard for a lot of people, especially in the Black community, to now being looked at as that creep.
I think that there are people out there that really been wanting, and they really still to this point, this day, want to see Black people brought down. And they will find somebody in the Black community that is of stature, that is great, what they would call at the top of the leaderboard, or whatever you want to say, at the top of the ladder in the Black community, to bring them down, to find something about them. Because if they said something about me and nobody knows me, it's not going to have an effect. But they'll find somebody at the top and try to find something to bring the Black community down. And this is what they did with Mr. Cosby. One of the things they did here, I think that happened. I think this is one of the things that they happened to do to try to bring the Black community down. They used him in this particular situation. So, hey, not saying he should get away with it, but they found a point and someone in life that they could use to.
And the tough thing about it to me is, like you said, his influence was one of that's a lot different than others, than hip hop artists or actors that may act in some type of ways here or there, as far as a moral standing. But a lot of people thought, man, a stand-up guy had a show for Black people that was based in a family type of environment, and a successful Black family, not just always a family struggling from underneath, a family that was thriving from the top, a doctor and a lawyer, kids that went to college, but yet still had different struggles that went on. And taught about Black history.
Right. And there are a lot of families that took that show and learned from it and became good families. They copied the show. And a lot of people, Black people, I think, became better.
It was a positive influence.
Yes, very positive influence. I think it helped a lot.
But now you can't find it because, of course, people don't want to, a guy of that reputation that still have his show playing like it did. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man, but I'm curious how people feel like this has affected things with the fall of Bill Cosby, so to speak. Because even with him getting released, it's not going to change his perception at all. It's not going to change what people think of him. It's not going to change whether people think he's guilty or innocent. It's just not, and I think it's well past that point. And
do you think people need to move on and forget about Bill Cosby and the things that have happened? Do you think he's suffered enough? Being in prison as long as he's a few years.
Yeah, two.
Yeah, he were there. Do you think and there's a lot of people that are not happy about it. I can understand that too as well. And I'm not knocking you for not being happy about it. But do you think that at this point, as old as he is, that people need to just let it be and let him live the rest of his life the way he's going? He's no longer, or do you feel he's no longer a threat to society? I don't know. What do you think? 901-213-6020. That's the only thing I can say about Bill Cosby.
I get that definitely. And,
you know,
a lot of people definitely don't want to say. There's several of y'all watch, but they don't want to say anything.
Yeah, because I enjoyed the show. I enjoyed watching his show. I enjoyed the Cosby Show. I really did.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you know, it was a hit. You know,
a lot of people did. It was, like you said, it was a hit.
Yeah.
And one of those you used to see a lot, you know, in syndication and you know, rerun all over the place. But once that stuff happened, they pulled all that down.
Yeah. When you see a show where the mother's a lawyer, and the guy, the husband, and the father is a doctor, and their kids, you know, some people say, well, that's not in the day. That wasn't average. Well, it was what they were trying to do is as much as possible to make that something average. Not that every family or a father or mother, husband or wife had to be a doctor or a lawyer, but they were just saying, you know, hey,
strive for the best.
Strive for the best. Be
have
all
seen,
that you can be.
I literally saw on Twitter there was this woman that was a doctor, that is a doctor, and she tweeted that watching that show influenced her to go after what she did. And I saw several tweets of that nature. You know, guys are said to be lawyers and vice versa. So it's amazing how something can really influence somebody's life that way.
Yeah, but
yeah,
that does not, you know, and I'm not saying, even though I feel this way, I'm not saying that he was right by no stretch of the imagination in some of the things that, if it's true,
definitely,
that
doesn't change anything.
That doesn't change anything as well.
If he did,
if he did those things, he's wrong. He was wrong. Absolutely, you know. And I'm not making anything up to protect anybody if they were wrong. You know, and that's just the way I feel with that. Before we go, anybody want to make a comment or a call? 901-213-6020. Yes.
Last thing, man, what are y'all doing? Because it is
the 4th of July.
4th of July weekend.
Josh, let me say this. Some people will say, black people will say, this does not celebrate us. This is no celebration for black people.
Well,
I mean, you know, we were not free. We were not treated right here. You know,
I mean, it's true, but
our independence, you know, so
it really wasn't.
But what do you think about those black people that feel that way? You know, do you think they need to just forget about it, go on and get a life or live their life now in the time that you're living and not be held? Or some people may say they're held in bondage to the past. Are they really held in bondage? Are they just feeling the way that they feel? You know.
Well, look, I'm like this. It definitely ain't being held in bondage. To me, it's straight up facts. I mean, it's what happened.
Yeah.
You know? Well, we got the phone.
Yeah.
Ringing. Oh, no. It's not. That must be your phone. Which I thought you. Hold on, hang it up. Let me get it.
Okay. Get
him to call back.
Get him to call back, caller, and we'll get you on the other on the computer. Yeah, call back, caller. Call back. We'll get you on the other computer.
Yeah.
And you know, so Josh told me to hang up on it. Anyway,
he'll figure it out. Just call him back.
Call us back, and so anyway, what do you think, folks? Real quick before we get out here, 901-213-6020, and we'll waiting for this call, and then we'll any other call before we leave today. And what are you doing as far as the 4th of July?
Call from. You hung up on me for no more callers?
Yeah. So what are you doing on the 4th of July?
All right. Caller.
Man, I'm going to church. Okay. Haven't you heard the song?
Look,
I've got to go to church.
Now, wait a minute. Whoa. Don't come on here singing. It's terrible.
Go to church and praise the Lord. See, you don't know nothing about those kind of songs, man.
Them are old songs. Listen, let me tell you something. I was raised in the CME, Methodist church. So you can't tell me.
Y'all didn't have music. Y'all got hymn books.
That's right. Well, we weren't.
Okay, so no, you didn't have real music, like you know what I'm saying, like it go down.
No, we
had a church. Y'all had some hymn books, man.
We had a piano player.
Nearer my cross to thee.
We had a piano player.
Like nearer my God to thee. Look what I said. Nearer my cross to thee. Yeah. I got to get that.
We had a piano player.
You rubbing off on me.
We had a piano player that played the music, and we sang in the choir in our robes and all of that. We marched in from the back and all of that. See, y'all participated in all of that.
Y'all was breaking the rules then. Y'all was more CME Baptist. Okay, don't try that. You wasn't supposed to be doing out no marching in and stuff at the CME, man. Y'all just go ahead and sit down and get a book. And then they ask all of you to stand up and y'all go to singing.
You do whatever you want.
From the cross, I love God. Yes, I do. You know, that's the kind of stuff you was with, man.
All right,
dude. That's to get some James Cleveland up in here or something like that, you know.
Yeah, well,
James Cleveland.
Well. Anyway, what do you want, caller? Caller. I'm sorry. God, see this guy.
Man, I had to call back because you hung up in my face like the phone lines were blowing up. Any other callers that was trying to call in, please call. You can call back. Nobody else can call back the whole time, bro.
No, listen, man. I'm saying that Josh was trying to get you on the computer rather than through my cell phone. That's what he was trying to do. The phone line. He wanted to get you.
Josh ain't got that up and running yet. Don't test it on me. Test that on somebody else. When I call, y'all answer the sure thing. I'm not a crash test dummy.
Well, I'm sorry. We did it to you.
Yeah, we had to make sure it was you before we.
Yeah, we don't do that when GKT calls. Now, you know what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to sue next time y'all do me like that, okay?
Okay.
You know my number by now. So when you see my number, you use the finest of the equipment that you own, okay? Not something that you testing out, okay? Because they need to hear me loud and clear in your audience.
Okay, what is it that you calling for, sir?
Man, I'm calling so at least you'll be able to say you had callers and not a caller.
Listen, okay,
for today, okay?
Are you calling to dispute that I was a Methodist person at one time? I was in the Methodist church, and I know that's hard to believe, you know, even though
that's hard to believe, Bob. It is. Go ahead.
No, and we had a lady pastor back in the day. And, you know, a lot of people didn't believe in women pastors.
That's amazing.
We
had a woman pastor. And,
wow. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, I can see. I get it now.
You get what?
Wait
a minute. Hold on.
This bitch is like the godmother. She don't even have to come out. She don't have to show her face. And y'all get it done around there, man. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Hey, well.
Yeah. You had a good church upbringing. It stuck with you, at least. Okay.
Yeah, no, it really did. She really, you know, convinced me she was real. And I've seen a lot of CME and, you know, people and Baptist pastors back in the day. They weren't real. But this woman was real. She was real.
Well, a lot of them today. Not just back in the day. A lot of them today ain't real. Okay, we can bring that to the present. You feel me?
All right.
You know, let me give you another word of advice before I go and celebrate for the weekend.
Word of advice.
Yeah.
Word of advice.
Man, look, stop posting all these pictures on social media, man, looking for sympathy and, you know, want people to say, oh, that's so nice. Man, you're embarrassing the kids. He a grown man, man. He don't want nobody seeing no pictures of you tying his shoes up. Come on, bro.
Look, I can post.
I bet every time you go in there and get the photo album, I bet Josh, there you go. You gonna find something, man. I mean, I'm looking at it, and then you always talk about me and you almost the same age. Man, if you don't stop that lie, a lie don't care who tell it. You was 35 on that picture.
Oh, come on. Would you stop it?
Would
you get out of here?
19 kicking it. Yeah, you 35 tying up your son's shoe, man. Don't do that. Don't let these people believe just because I'm wise beyond my years. You know what I mean? I respect that.
What? Okay, I don't understand. What is it that you want? You mean you call back to talk about my picture that I put on Facebook. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Well, yeah, you say everybody's scared to talk about Bill Cosby, so I'm gonna stay in line. I ain't gonna say nothing either. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody trying to cancel me that didn't order me. You know what we got now? Cancel society. How the hell you? Whoa myself. But how is you gonna cancel me and you ain't ordered me? You can't cancel something unless you order it, right?
Yeah, but why do you come on this show, my show, and then talk about my pictures on social media? Yeah, I mean that's
because I'm trying to keep you from getting canceled. People don't want to see that.
Okay, well,
you already put old reels on there all the time and stuff in the day.
Okay,
and then now you want to go back and keep embarrassing Josh. Josh just sitting there like, Dad, I got it, but you just like, oh, come on, son. Come on, son. This man, he was probably in the 2nd or 3rd grade, man. He know how to tie his shoe up.
All right. You okay?
Man.
Okay. You
I couldn't imagine, man, if my pop was still around and he posted a picture or something like that, I'd be like, what's up, dude? Don't do me like that, man. I'm a grown man now. You know what I'm saying? I got chicks.
It's just
I got chicks and stuff watching, man. And here go my pop on social media with millions of people looking at him tying up my shoes. Come on, dude.
Yeah, okay.
Damn. I mean, just put the picture of his prom up or something when he had the hottie with him. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. See,
that's my word. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy your reels.
Right now, there are people listening to you and saying this guy is wrong calling this man show and doing and talking the way he is to this
because they don't know how much we love each other. We don't care what they think. Ain't that what the world is now? Don't too many people worry about what somebody else thinks. We know how we get down, don't we, Bishop B?
Yeah, we know how we get down. Yeah, okay.
That's what the world needs now.
That's what the world needs is people with more love.
Love.
And you love me talking to me like that.
Whoa. Don't say it like that. You said that like I'm the guy that said you're chocolate covered strawberry, man. I'm not sitting nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay.
I like love you, okay? Let's get it together.
Okay, all
it's
right.
a like love type thing, you know? Don't go and you love.
Yeah, right. Okay, yeah.
When you put that slur on it, that changed the whole context. When you love, man. Now you do that in there with the missus.
Yeah, okay. Now, no. It ain't. I'm just, Yeah.
Keep it B now.
Don't worry about. Hey, don't you worry about that because you too ugly, man. I mean, come on.
Oh man, come on. You know what I told you the other day? I know I'm probably one of the most handsome 47-year-old men you've seen in your life.
Okay,
I have to tell them all the time. No, I'm not 30.
Yeah,
I'm not 30.
I mean,
I'm 47.
Yeah.
You know, because these young folks look just as old as us now. You know, they got gray hair at 18. They go get it on purpose, though.
Man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, somebody else trying to call. I see. I'm looking here.
Yeah.
They can't get in because somebody.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure. But I tell you what, you better let me say my closing this time. Don't y'all hang up on me like that, man.
Okay.
You know the folks like to hear my closing line.
What is your closing? Josh, can we get that other person on too?
I don't know. It may hang up. Let me see.
Let's see.
Here we go with the crash test dummy stuff.
See, no, it's not no crash dummy stuff on you. I mean, if you're a dummy, you're just a dummy. But anyway.
That hurt, then.
This guy.
I'll cry in the car. You know what I'm saying?
You what?
I'll cry in the car.
Okay, yeah, do that. I mean, But man, I didn't, hey, you know what it is. Fried chicken is fried chicken.
Yeah, that's what they said. You know what I mean?
Hey man, I saw you the other day on social media. You was talking about something. You stopped to get some chicken. Where were you getting chicken at, man?
Man, Popeyes, man.
Popeyes?
Yes, sir. I was in Popeyes line. You know what I mean? It's either going to be Popeyes or KFC. And sometimes you may see me in that church's line.
What about, that's what I was going to say. What about the black people line?
Wait a minute, man. Last I checked, black people don't own churches either.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, man.
No, you're stereotyping. Okay. You're saying just because that's the chicken place that most black folks frequent, that it could possibly be black owned. No,
I didn't say it was black owned. I'm just saying, You know, what about that's what I meant.
You just said, what about the black people? Black people
that's
work at the Popeyes
where most black
people work at the KFC I go to.
Yeah, well, most black people shop at Church's Chicken. You know, so
okay, so that's what I said earlier. That's the stereotype you're doing. You're doing a lot of stuff today. You're calling people crackheads, dopies. You know what I'm saying?
No,
you just called me a dummy.
I didn't.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh boy.
Oh man.
Ooh.
That's not like you, Bishop. That's not like you, Bishop.
No, it's okay. You make folks do things that they're not supposed to. I mean, you know. Okay. Now, but anyway,
obviously Josh couldn't get that working, so I'll let your other caller here. We go again. Get in, okay? But make sure there's
Josh,
another
do you have
caller.
the other caller?
No.
Okay, the other caller. No, they dropped. But anyway,
they didn't probably want nothing. No way. They know what's going on when I'm on the phone.
You can't say
I
that.
don't care who it is. They're not more important than me.
You can't
when
say
I call, I'm the co-host.
You can't.
Okay, so
you
that
can't
means
say they didn't want
other
anything.
Just may not get in.
That's not.
Yes, I can. Who's gonna do something?
That's
if they see me, do you really think they're gonna walk up? Hey man, I was trying to call Bob and Josh, and you was on the phone, man. Do you think they really gonna do that to me, Bob?
That's not nice of you to say they didn't want anything. How do you know
but
they
I'm
didn't
just
want
saying,
anything?
what they gonna do about it?
Yeah.
If they see me,
well,
they ain't gonna say nothing. You know who I am, KD style. Y'all know who I am.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't worry about that.
Shout out to Playoff P, man.
Man, Playoff P did an excellent job until he didn't take but 15 shots in a closeout game 6. I'm very disappointed at that. Okay? That's not going out with fight. That's not leaving it all on the court. So with the exception of that one game, you right. Respect the Playoff P. He did show up this year.
Jet says, CME, does that mean you only went to church on Christmas, Mother's Day, and Easter?
Oh, man.
See, that's spoken just like somebody who ain't never had no church in him or none of that. What kind of blasphemy is he putting out there? You know what I'm saying? Maybe if he go to church a little more, reparations might come quick.
Oh,
yeah, I said
Would you
it.
Stop
yeah,
that?
I said it. What is Jet gonna do to me?
You stop that.
Besides play his reparation music.
Yeah,
okay.
Well, don't do that on here. Don't do that to Jet.
You can do, man, when you big dog in the streets.
Yeah.
As we said in Memphis, you put the S in it. Big dog in the streets.
Okay. Okay. Well, anyway, you and your whatever.
Hey man, look, I love you, Bob. Okay,
Yeah.
I love like you. I don't love.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right. I know that.
Okay, y'all already know who it is.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Boy, I tell you the truth. Ooh,
man, rough.
All right. Jet, no, CME. You know, it was I was there every Sunday, man. And then on Wednesday night,
that's when that Christian Methodist
Episcopal Church. Yeah. I mean, we had
Christ,
we had Thursday night service, I think it was. But we had Wednesday night choir rehearsal and and all that kind of stuff. I led songs in the choir. And that type of thing. So I was somewhat of a leader in our Methodist church. Some of the people and the younger people, counted on me to do things there. So
who's is anybody shooting off fireworks today?
Yeah, I mean, there's gonna be a lot. I heard a lot of fireworks.
Yeah, I've been hearing it.
I mean, they're all over the city.
I've been hearing it since June.
Yeah. Some people just gonna buy stuff to just shoot them anyway. But it's I think there's the rule that you can't do it in the city of Memphis. People are not.
Folks don't care.
I mean, police officers riding around. They just don't want you to get out of control with it. I don't think. But if you do it, be careful. Get you some of those what are those things that shoot up like balls that shoot up in the air, fire and they explode in the air, or some
sound like fireworks?
Yeah. Are those missile rocket things you light and they shoot up out of a Coke bottle? or something, that type of thing. Get something like that, and and don't be lighting those little firecrackers and holding those things in your hand and that type. Be careful, folks. Be careful. You could burn things up. You could cause things to happen that's not good. Don't do that. But at any rate, we're gonna get out of here today, and
yes, sir.
We're sorry we didn't get that other phone call because of GKP, but we appreciate him calling, and we appreciate your comments. And if I didn't answer your comments or whatever, but
there you go.
Okay.
I was hoping you would turn it down. So I guess I go get it. But never mind.
Call from
Jet Lucas.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Jet, welcome to the show. Good afternoon on a Saturday.
Man, I was beginning to think, even though GKP wasn't on the phone, y'all still trying to censor me.
No.
I know he's been laying up on there trying his best to keep me from calling me.
I know it, man. He just blocking other people from calling. I don't know what's wrong with him.
Yeah, he just trying to block the phone. He just sitting there with the phone off the hook cooking.
Yeah.
He thinks that keep anybody from calling. Trying to run the show. I just saw. I noticed y'all didn't shoot out in the condolences to your boy. Well, I'm sure Bob's boy, not Donald Rumsfeld. Rumsfeld. Donald Rumsfeld just passed away yesterday, Thursday.
Oh man. Yeah. Former Secretary of Defense.
Secretary of Defense Donald Rumsfeld. Yeah. Passed away. So I guess y'all will give him a shout out or whatever. Don't be mean to nobody that passed away, but I just want to make sure somebody who's his supporters give him a shout out, because I couldn't. Because I don't support him at all, but I think if somebody would want to.
Look, first of all, that's why. Look, the last thing, if you would have bet me, what would Jet call about?
I would have never thought.
This would have been way off.
It wouldn't have been Donald Rumsfeld.
Lord have mercy.
He just passed away. I want to give somebody give a shout out to keep me from having to do it. But Bill Cosby.
Yes.
Bill Cosby, he got out, and justifiably so. They done him wrong with that. But it's not something to celebrate, because that doesn't mean he didn't do it. That means somebody did something low down, and that's what prosecutors do, right? And he got caught. And I knew it was some shenanigans going on, because they asked him to admit to being a sex offender and register for a sex offender, and they'll let him out. When he turned that down, my thing was, what's going on? Because he wants to get out of jail, right? So he must knew they were going to have to let him out. His attorney was smart enough to say, don't take that deal. They got nothing, right? And they knew this was coming down, because the way they did them was they slow down how they do so many black people in the system who don't have money to fight it.
Yeah.
And we accept it and take it. Then you can get jobs, you can get good housing and government programs and loans and things like that. You just end up locked out because you took the deal so you can go home. It don't work the same way for people with money, and he showed that. But it's not something for us to celebrate, because I happen to believe that man is a predator, and he did the things that some of those women, a lot of those women, I believe, were lying. But that was his character. They were lying. The same reason they trapped him to lock him up was the same reason they were trying to trap him to send him to jail in the first place. All right. Based on lies. So they got some people to corroborate and make up some stories so they can get him. But this was on things that he did. And they wanted to get him because of who he was and some other, whatever personal thing. He had personal vendetta with the DA of Pennsylvania or something and all that. They wanted to get him for all that, not because they love women, they care about those women. But that doesn't mean that he didn't do those things. So he's out, and justifiably so, but not something to celebrate.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, because here's my thing, man. I almost couldn't even stomach watching his legal team celebration. And I get it, but some of that was like so over the top. I mean, where they were listing his every accolade.
Hurts is in it.
Yeah, I mean, they said it's like they said he was innocent of everything. That's the way they put it. And they said
that wasn't the case. They was just this dude messed up in the past. We got to let him go. Technicality. Can't be charged on this again. My bad.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, we're innocent of everything. I told you we were innocent. No, you send people to college and you save them, but you also rape. You save, but you rape. So you got to be dealt with on both ends. So, and I will say this to Dr. Cosby too. Some of the comments he's made since he's out and squashed my hope for what he might do when he's out. But I hope when he got out, he's still useful to the community. And I wanted to see what he does with himself from here going forward.
Yeah.
Like, what does he do with himself?
That's a good point.
Because he can't go back.
Right.
He's done. That's done. Can he be useful? And it looks like with his rhetoric of talking about the people in jail, so many people innocent in jail and all that, of all colors and this kind of thing. Feel like he's still trying to play a game for a purpose. So be it. Let him do him. I've been done with him since he did his pound cake piece, talking about how black people dress and talk and steal and kill. When he did that, I was done with him then.
Whoa. Yeah, say that again. I think I remember.
He wasn't right.
Say that again now. What was that he said?
I said when he did his pound cake speech, talking about how black people dress, talk, and steal and kill, I was done with him from that point on. Because I knew what he was about already. I had heard. I think I played on the radio show years ago. It was on the audio of him doing a stand-up bit in 1972, where it wasn't such a bad thing. So.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, and let's see here. What I saying that he
What, you at a 4th of July party right now?
Are you?
Yeah, I'm gonna call you back.
You good, man?
All right. Hey, are you barbecuing? Yes, I am. And Josh is, doing a lot of it now, and I'm doing some of it, and seasoning and marinating and, and all that stuff, making sure everything is tender and seasoned and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
So at this point, I definitely get what Jed's saying, but that's basically gonna do it for us.
I mean, God, you just cut me off talking about barbecue.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, we got a lot to get done anyway.
Yeah,
we got to do it, and so he don't want to talk about it, folks. So we're gonna get on out of here and everything. So, but y'all have a wonderful 4th of July weekend, and be safe, folks. Please be safe. And you know that Memphis is one of those cities that's a dangerous city. But just be blessed and be safe and watch out for the next person, especially on the freeways. And understand that this past week, another shooting on the freeway. So just do what you're supposed to do and be careful. All right. Thanks for your phone calls, your comments, and all of you. And we'll talk to you again the next time. Have a blessed day and a blessed weekend.